Is he behind me? He is. He's hiding. He's hiding. Have you done it before, Timothy?
Just once, yeah.
So you have presented before?
Yeah.
Great. We like to know these things. But anyway, doesn't matter whether presented before, once, or millions of times. We always give him a fantastic welcome, don't we? Yeah. Yes. So let's give a fantastic welcome to Timothy McConnell.
Okay, thank you very much, Bettakultcha. Right, my name's Tim. Oh yeah, take it away. Right, my name's Tim, and I'm going to talk to you about two of my biggest geeky passions, Plato and Lord of the Rings. Now, Tolkien really owes Plato quite a lot of money in royalties, probably about 2,000 years worth of royalties, because they both explore the theme of unlimited freedom. Now, unlimited freedom is a theme that I can really relate to because I'm an undergraduate art student. So I have a lot of free time. Maybe some people here, maybe you've got some more responsibilities. But when you've got unlimited freedom, what stops you from doing bad things? What stops you from being naughty? Well, for some people it's feeling guilty. For some people they just don't want to see themselves as a bad person. For some people they actually think, no, this is something I shouldn't do. Well, for both Plato and Tolkien, they think it's about social consequences. It's about what other people think of you. And it's about you being aware that you're being watched. Now, generally our society has quite a sort of a bad view of being peer pressured into doing things. We think of a whole room of sheeple, horrible expression, sheeple. But there you go. We think you don't want to be pressured into doing the wrong thing. But maybe sometimes it's a good thing. Maybe actually we do need someone looking at us, making sure we're not doing the wrong thing. Of course, you can have a lot of fun breaking society's expectations, really expressing yourself. That's great. However, you can do something like seduce the king's wife and become the king, kill the king, like Gyges does in Plato's Republic. Now, he's an example of someone who obtains unlimited freedom and then uses it very, very badly. He gets a magical invisible ring that turns him invisible, so no one can see him. Everyone looks, they can't see. Now, this seems quite familiar to us because we know it from Lord of the Rings. I don't know if Tolkien was directly influenced. There's a lot of Tolkien papers sitting at Leeds University, he taught here. But, like with Tolkien, Gyges goes completely insane. Owning the magic ring, becoming invisible whenever he wants, he completely loses touch with society and ends up a little bit like Gollum. Now, he finds his ring down a well, and the thing about Gyges is, he was a nice guy before he found the ring. He never did anything wrong, he was a good and noble shepherd. Then he finds the magic ring, and everything goes completely wrong. Now, there's a good psychological reason for this. A lot of studies have shown that were we to have a magical invisible ring, and were no one to be able to see us, we would do things wrong a lot more. Here's something you can try for yourselves. Put a picture of eyes on your fridge. Genuinely, if you live with housemates, this is a necessity. Because just a picture of eyes means that food is less likely to go missing mysteriously from the fridge. Seriously, give it a go. I've never had to buy extra milk for this whole term. Because we are just a little bit tempted if we're not aware of someone watching us. It's kind of an odd feeling, isn't it? That actually we want to do bad things, but it's the awareness of everyone else, the awareness of the rest of society thinking, well, maybe you shouldn't. So, what's the difference between Tolkien and Plato? Well, actually there's a massive difference, because Plato in the end says this whole idea is nonsense. That really, we don't want society's pressures at all. That a true person, a reasonable person, someone who's dedicated to the forms, can become a philosopher king, can use the power of the ring for good, can build beautiful cities, can make the perfect society and rule it. Now, we've had a lot of people who thought they'd be great rulers of perfect societies in the 20th century, so maybe we have a healthy scepticism of that. But it might just be because we're from a more Tolkien-like tradition. You see, Tolkien was an Anglo-Saxonist. He was an Anglo-Saxonist at Leeds University, and then he went to somewhere like Oxford or something. But he has a really cynical view of humanity. What happens when you get unlimited freedom? What you have to do, you have to go on a massive quest to destroy it. It's the only possible way to rid the world of that evil. You see, when you're an Anglo-Saxon, you live in a miserable place. You live in Britain, and it's horrible. It rains. There's snowstorms in the middle of March. It is not nice. So you're going to have a more cynical view. Classical Greeks, they live in Athens. It's lovely. There's no crazy people. It's actually really nice. Of course, not if you're a woman, a slave, a foreigner, a peasant, or just a bit odd. But normally, if you're sort of, you know, Greek and upper class and well-educated and wealthy, then your life is actually pretty much the same as us. So, are you a classical Greek or an Anglo-Saxon, and what would you do with total freedom? Thank you very much, Bettakultcha.